Hello and welcome to the loading screen. Mods. Mods are lovely. Alright, one quick thing this evening before yep. Anyhow, we're here for plane reviews. And the first plane we're going to take a look at today is by clubasquirrel, and it is the Pac-1 Thunder, the most advanced fighter that has been designed by Pac-Co. Has great maneuverability, heavy weapons loads, a sleeker design than their conventional fighters before. Built with 89 of the finest cockpits. Cockpits? No. Parts. 89 cockpits. Yes, that makes perfect sense. I like this. I like how he's used the, whatchamacallits? I can't think of the word right now. The, radiators to have this effect on the intake. Unfortunately, it's only kind of effective from further away, or like the right angle, because it looks kind of awkward from this angle. I don't know, but it is cool. And looks like we got several AIM-120s, some AIM-9s, and a little bit of strutting on the wing. Probably because this part is like all a roots. It's all different parts are all like held together differently, so it's like this will hold together better. Probably also maybe because he had problems with it exploding. I'm guessing, just guessing. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll it out on the runway. Alright, here we go. Full throttle. I forgot to check for action groups, and that was the minigun. Which is... okay, the minigun. Yes. And then it has action groups actually for a bunch of the weapons. That's interesting. And apparently it has small aero brakes, but I'm going to activate the afterburners to get us a little more speed. But apparently if I hit, what is it, 9? 9 activates, oh, little tiny aero brakes in the back there. Huh, interesting. Can also fire individual AIM-9s, AIM-120s rather, excuse me, AIM-120s. And was it 6? Yep, 6 fires both Sidewinders at once. 7 fires the, whatchamacallit, harm missile. Yes, harm missile. Which they marked as harm/seed, which I guess is appropriate because they are kind of the same concept, but I think technically you would only call it a seed missile if it was actually designated as that. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure I was going to pull out of that turn. This thing flies interestingly. Alright, losing a lot of speed. It's a very heavy fighter, so when I'm doing these tighter maneuvers, it slows down quite a lot, and I'm going to hit that if I'm not careful. There we go. Come on, let's go ahead and afterburners so we can get going a little faster, or not quite stall and die as much. This thing definitely does not have the best thrust-to-weight ratio, although it is super maneuverable, so I can do silly things like that. And all in all, quite maneuverable. Pancake. Alright, let's not do that any further. Alright, there we go. And pull out of this. I'm just kind of gradually pulling out of it, just letting it build up some speed. There we go. It reminds me a little bit of an F-15 from the front. A little bit, kind of that, I don't know how to describe it, but like just the stabilizers and kind of this view, this profile view, kind of. Is that called a profile view from the front like that? I know it is from the side, but I don't know about the front. But yeah. This thing performs fairly well, although it loses speed quite easily. It also gains it back fairly easily. And yeah, that's pretty much that for this one. Nice. Next up we have the Pac-2 Striker, also by clubasquirrel, and it is described as the newest version of the Pac-Fight right now. I believe he meant fighter. Good maneuverability, a very nice takeoff speed, and it can be alerted and ready for any mission. And it's got several Sidewinders on it, but no AIM-9s, at least not by default, although it does have some extra missile rails should you choose to add them, as well as one down here in the middle. So it's kind of got the same base body, or at least a similar base body, but it's not as wide. Alright, here we go. It's got similar action groups, one for the, whatchamacallit? 20mm gun. Apparently, like I said, it has a very nice takeoff speed, although it is rather slow to start. It's a rather heavy plane, and of course it's got 2, 3, 4, 5 to fire the AIM-120s. And as it has nothing else on there, there's no other controls for that stuff. I just noticed there's actually working control surfaces on the front there. That's kind of interesting. You don't normally see that. Yeah. Unfortunately, this feels a lot heavier and more sluggish than the other one. I would, it doesn't feel nearly as nice to fly it around. It feels a lot more sluggish. I don't think it's actually any heavier, but if because it doesn't seem like it would be. Like, the parts are, like, the main core is fairly similar. The main difference is in the wings, I think. But the other one felt fairly nice to fly, and this one feels stripped down a bit, which is essentially what it looks like it is. Although I do like the difference in the intake, not the intake, but the those forward leading edge control surfaces. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't like this one as much as the other one, but still got an interesting design feature up front. Next up, also by clubasquirrel. I guess this is a kind of a clubasquirrel special. I hope you didn't hear my phone go off. My phone totally didn't just go off, and it's an F-14 Tomcat. And actually, let me click this and see if it's supposed to kind of. It looks like it's kind of supposed to be able to roll back. Although, I feel like the shapes and position are definitely wrong for that. Unfortunately, just undo that. And how much you want to bet it's got the same kind of action groups? I do like the overall fuselage design. It's just, like I said, it's not quite the right shape. Yep, it's got the same action groups. So let's go ahead and activate the afterburners. Forget to turn on SAS for a moment. Activate the gun. Fire randomly. Realize that I forgot that I wanted to see if I should turn that down a little bit, because I think maybe I should. Yeah, it's set to default for some reason. Oh yeah, I did just update it. That would explain it. There we go, everything fixed, and we're off to do this. Oh my god, I just shot myself with the missile because of super maneuverability. Holy shit, that was cool. I want to do that again. Alright, here we go. Full throttle. Engage. Afterburners. Engage gun for no reason. Yeah, see, that's a much more reasonable level of noise. Okay. Let's pull this up. Go up just a little bit. It did have a little bit of an oscillation there, interestingly. Alright, and so essentially what I did was I pulled up as hard as I could while pressing 2, 3, 4, 5 to fire the AIM 120s, like this. I fired them too quickly that time, so none of them fired into me. That said, this plane I don't believe should be able to do that. But, cool if it can, but, that was not good for the plane. And yes, the F-14 is a very heavy plane. And so it kind of makes sense that it takes a little while to get up to speed, but probably shouldn't be doing that kind of maneuvering. I don't think the F-14 could do that. Not to mention it would probably rip apart if it did. I don't know about that, but it just doesn't seem right to me. All right, how good's the recovery from that? Pretty good actually. Although I do have the afterburners on the whole time. Let's try doing the same kind of screw up and losing control without afterburners. Okay, and can we regain control in time? Oh dear, I don't think we can. Nope! Wow, that was loud. Alright, and that's it for today for clubasquirrel. This one's by AlphaCenturian, and it's Dragonfighter, as you already saw at the top. A Chinese attempt at a super maneuverable fighter aircraft. Oh yeah, that's why I thought this one was interesting. Alright, no action groups info, so we'll just fly it blind. Alright, here goes. Okay, one was the afterburners, fortunately, so I was able to do that quite quickly. Alright, gotta be careful with this one to watch out for tail strikes. And, oh, that's cool. Using the giant aeroplane control surfaces as fuselage. Awesome. Are these moving? Aw, they're moving. Because they're like clipped in. Ooh, excuse me. They're like clipped in slightly, so it's like, ah. But, yeah, this thing has great acceleration with those two giant engines and a relatively small body that they're pushing. And looks like it has pretty good maneuverability too, and pretty good stability. I bet I could fly this thing crazy and do some crazy shit if I played around with it a bit more. Like this. Oh wait, I should have pulled up sooner than that. I was trying to pull like a really hard turn really close to the VAB. Kind of like that. But I'm not used to the plane, so I pulled up a bit later than I needed to. If I was more adventurous, I'd try to fly under there. Oh, fuck, I fucked that up. It rolled more than I wanted it to. That is a common problem in KSP, though. Like, I'm saying, not that people commonly make that mistake, that it's just kind of a consequence of the control systems in KSP, that your control surfaces don't, like, immediately unset from what they're doing, and of course your vehicle doesn't immediately stop rolling, although really I can't blame KSP for that. Like that's how physics work. If you're rolling and you stop rolling, if you stop trying to roll, you're gonna have to have some sort of force to stop you rolling, because else you will just keep rolling. That's just how physics do. So it's not like it's a bug or anything, it's just something that you have to be aware of, and I was not appropriately aware of it at that moment. So, yep. Yeah, there we go. That was not the closest turn, but still fairly close. This thing's definitely fun to fly. Let's see, we're going at... Oh, shit, wow, I'm surprised I didn't hit the building just then. Again, if I was more confident, I would have tried to go under the bridge there, but I am not. I'm gonna fly right above it. Oh, I messed that up slightly. Wait, nope. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this thing has this thing goes a little bit crazy when you apply yaw to it. See, that was what happened when I applied yaw. Okay, let's not crash. We did crash. Let's hope we don't die when we hit the ground. Damn. At least we took out mission control. Alright, next up today is the first of several designs by WhatGuy05, although it's one of the last two I'm going to look at today. This is a KE-2000 Typhoon, which is of course based off of an FE? Was it really called that? No, it was the EF-2000 Typhoon. And wow, he really got the shape right, and it looks nice. I like it. This is very nice, and my controls went slightly weird there for a moment. Alright, here we go. Full throttle. Wow, again, I'm really impressed with the design on this, and I'm really enjoying it. It is turning to the side. Wow, turning to the side slightly. Whoa, oh, I accidentally turned off SAS. That's probably a bad idea. Alright, I'm going to fly it from the cockpit because this just seems like something I want to fly from the cockpit. Wow, very high G turn, very maneuverable. Wow. Hold on, let me come out here for a moment. Yeah, see, that thing responds instantly. Although, oh, it's very easy to lose your control a little bit there. Let me try that again. All right, this time. Yeah, see, it definitely wants to pull to. Wow, that thing pulled up quick. It definitely wants to pull to the left on the runway for some reason. Don't know why that is. Yeah, it has this inherent instability in it that makes it a little difficult to fly when you're doing crazy shit. I shouldn't have done that. Crazy maneuvers. All right, there we go. Managed to recover that with an inverted. Yes, inverted. What would you call that? Like an inverted climb? Yeah, I guess that would be an inverted climb. And negative G-forces. That's bad. There's a reason they always you always tilt and pull up rather than ever pushing down on the stick. And that is interesting barrel roll. Yeah, it's definitely got some instability to it, but it is very fun to fly. That said, the instability makes me ooh, yeah, see, you can't do those kind of maneuvers at low altitude because that instability will screw you up. Alright, here we go. One last time. This time I'm going to leave the afterburners off. And I'm going to try and... actually, I'm going to leave SAS off as well. Oh, dear. Yeah, see, this is the kind of plane you want to have some sort of stability program on. I'm not saying just because this specific model, but I mean, like, if you were flying the real thing, I imagine you'd want to have some sort of SAS on as well, because it's inherently unstable, and you need something to compensate for that inherent instability to keep you in the air and not crashing. Woo, there we go. Barely. Yeah. Oh dear, yeah, see, this thing has a problem that I've had in a couple of designs that I don't know exactly what causes it, but essentially, when you tilt like this and you pull up, it'll dip the nose. I think it's something to do with losing lift when doing an extreme maneuver. Like, you have a certain amount of lift, you're going at a certain speed, whatever, and then you just suddenly pull, and for some reason when you do that pull, it'll, like, dip your nose really readily. Like, it'll very easily dip it, and then you can obviously lose control very badly after you've dipped the nose like that. And in fact, that's why I'm now turning sideways instead of pulling up, was essentially because of that. Let me roll that out a little bit. There we go. Very nice, and we can accelerate going pretty much straight up. Yes, I very, very much like this design. Definitely my favorite design out of the ones I'm looking at today. I'm actually going to go try to land it. That's how much I like it. I don't normally try to land planes because it's just, I'm impatient. I'm too lazy to actually go and try to land them. But this one definitely deserves it because the design, the flying of it, I love it very much. All right. Now, we're not actually going to go to the runway, but we are going to just kind of calmly... Wow, this thing picks up a lot of speed very easily. Alright. Let's just pull it down very gently. And we're just going to kind of cut the engine. Ooh. That bounced quite badly. Ah. That's unfortunate. Go away, weapon manager. Alright, and the final plane today. Oh dear, those splayed landing gear make me scared. And I like that he got the air brakes right, even though, unfortunately, with KSP, with the way they look, it doesn't look very good. But that is cool that he got the air brakes right. This is the K-104 Starfighter, of course, based on the F-104 Starfighter. This is also by WhatGuy05, and I've built one of these that I really, really love. And I don't know if it still works. I'd have to see if I can update it, or if... I don't remember if I updated it or not, but I can tell he's definitely done it right because I recognize it and everything, and it's very cool. Although, I think these wing tanks should be shorter, I think, a little bit. And I think the wing should be slightly further forward, ever so slightly, I believe. And the wing feels a little too big as well. If you look at a Starfighter, the wings are a bit stubbier than this, I believe. I know with mine, I initially made the wings too big, and then I kind of made them smaller. Your tailplane is definitely better than mine, though, I believe. Mine, I believe, had, it needs to be like a little higher up, though. Like, this needs to have a little gap back here. I think I did that better on mine. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've looked at mine. But in any case, let's go ahead and actually look at this first. Yep, that's kind of what I was expecting. And then we'll, fly it. Alright. Here we go. Single engine. Drop the tanks. Oh, man. Even at that slow speed, those winglets just exploded. Alright, wow, yeah, this thing's sliding around on the ground. Let's... Shit. Oh, I broke a landing gear. Okay, that's not important. Brakes, air brakes test. Air brakes are functional. And now, pull up as hard as we can. That is pretty much exactly what I expected. Nice. That is also pretty much... Well, actually, it rolls a bit harder than I would want it to. But, pretty close to what I expected. I like it. What's the yaw performance like? Abysmal, but that's basically what I expected. Just kind of a... Oh god, the roll is too much. I spent too much time trying to correct the roll when I should have, you know, pulled up. Alright. This time, we're not going to ditch the external tanks immediately. We're going to keep those on board for a little bit. And check that they're actually draining. They are. Good, good. Sliding around on the runway. Let's try and not overstress the landing gears this time. Unfortunately, when you have groups of landing gears, you can't look at the wheel stress, and when you try to right-click on the other one, it just like you can't pin one, right? You can't pin one and then and then grab the other. It doesn't let you do that, and that's really annoying because how else am I supposed to individually look at wheel stress? Do I have to place all my landing gear individually? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Sorry, that's just bugged me a lot since they first like changed everything to that in 1.1. Like it really bugs me. Like you should be able to look at this more. And I just realized, man, this thing's performing well, which is what I expected, obviously. But yeah, did a good job with this. The performance on it is nice, and you could definitely do some real good zoom climbs with this. Like look at this, we're speeding up while also going at a very steep climb. All right, let's pull up really hard. We're gonna lose a lot of that speed, of course, and then ditch those going pretty much straight up. And then, actually, let's go ahead and pull back. Oh, God, that roll. Alright. Pull up, pull up. We're going to kind of follow those down. Actually, let's go ahead and target one. Come on, there we go. Target one. Alright. And we're going to just go... Actually, oops. We're going to go and follow one. Alright. Alright, let's just get the speed on just a little bit. Oops, okay. And speed it up just a little bit. Speed up a lot, actually. And then pull up, because we're at 1,000 meters, and we don't want to have the same fate as those. Beautiful. Oh god. Wow, yeah, the roll control is a bit much on this thing. But otherwise, very nice. So thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in space.